Welcome back, programmers. In day 2, we're going to investigate shapes and colors, and then you're going to redesign a logo. So let's get started on the website. The first question is, investigate how to do shapes and colors in P5.js. So I want you to just go and open up that tab just so you have a web editor, and you want to make sure you are signed in. Am I signed in? Yes, I'm signed in. Okay, and then you want to click on Help and scroll down to the reference link. Don't worry, it will open up in a new tab. So we're going to go and find the Help menu at the top and Reference. Okay, the reference is the most helpful thing ever. It is just a big list of all the things you can do in P5.js. So you knew that yesterday you could do a circle and you could do an arc, but what are the other shapes? If you go down, the first list of things is kind of the headings. And if you click on shape, you can find a list of all the shapes you can do. I want you to stick to 2D primitives for now, 2D shapes. All of these things are not really relevant to what you're doing now, but you'll have time to get to them. Okay, so we have arc, ellipse, circle, line, point, quad, rect, square, rectangle, all the things. Okay, let's see, which one should we investigate? Let's investigate rect. Okay, rect is short for rectangle, obviously. And let's see, here's some examples of it. And this is the cool part about the examples. Like here's one that's like just like a square. Oh yeah, 55, 55, that makes sense. Like if the height and width are the same, it's going to be a square. This one's neat. Ooh, rounded corners. Oh, this one you can do a rounded corner that's different each one. Ooh, okay, let's investigate that one. You can actually click on edit. You can edit the code right here and watch it change. So let's see, this comment says top left is 20, top right is 15. Oh, I see. These last four numbers are how rounded each one of the corners is. Okay, so this 5, this says the bottom left is 5. What if I made it like 50? Did it do anything? Oh, I gotta click run. Ooh, it made it all curvy there. Okay, so it was 5, but now it's 50. Let's edit it again. Instead of 50, let's make it 25 and run. Oh, hey, and we can see the changes right away. Oh, it looks like 25 and 50 are the same. Oh, that's probably because 55 is as high as it goes. Okay, I get it. So what if we do like 10 there? Edit it and do 10. Okay, so it means you can do your investigation right here in the reference page. And then once you have something that's really close to what you want, you can copy that line and put it straight into your code. There we go. I got my rounded rectangle. Okay, the other important part of the reference page is down at the bottom. The description is usually written that it's more complicated than you need to look at. Syntax, this is an example of what it should look like, but the most important part is the list of parameters. Remember how we investigated the circle last time and we wrote comments saying what each of the arguments does? This is exactly that, except you don't have to investigate it. It just tells you the answers. So we know the first parameter, the first argument, is the x-coordinate of the rectangle. Oh, y-coordinate, width, height. Oh, and then we get into these for how rounded each of the corners are. So you can find it out by investigation, or you can just look it up, which is one thing about programmers. Like, we don't use any of our precious brain space to memorize stuff. We just remember what it's called and look it up every time. So go and use the reference, find something cool, investigate a new shape. Maybe you want to look up stuff about text or the stroke or colors or something. Okay, have fun. Exploration time. So your task is going to be to redesign a logo. So let's get started by looking at some famous logos that have been redesigned over the years, and we can think about what kind of shapes and colors and changes they've used. All right, so you're going to look at every single one of these logo pairs and figure out what's the difference between the old one and the new one. Which one's better? What are the kind of trends that have changed over the years? So let's first look at this Instagram one. So let's see, I see what's the same about them. So they're both using this rounded rectangle that we just learned how to use. See, they both have this circle shape right in the middle of them. They both have this kind of little extra lens up here, but it's a square in this one, but it's a circle here. So they kind of simplified that, I guess. And let's see what's different. So it doesn't really look like a camera anymore. It doesn't have the words on it. But one cool thing is they've taken this idea of the rainbow, and instead of putting it just the same, they've used the rainbow as like the background, as a gradient. So that's cool. So I think that the old Instagram logo was more trying to look like a real thing, but the new one is kind of simpler and flatter. So have a look at all the other logos and see what you can find in common and what are the differences. And after you've done that, you're going to look at these logos that need redesigning. Okay, so Fridays for Future and the Bay Area Youth Climate Summit are both youth environmental organizations, and 7 Generation Games makes educational games for Native American and Latino and rural communities. So take a look at their logos and pick one that you think you can improve. What would you do to make it more modern, to make it appeal to more people, to make it easier to identify and to remember? Make a sketch of it, and if you don't have any sketch ideas, I've provided you a page out of my notebook that you can just see, and maybe if you don't have any ideas, you just want to make one of them. Or maybe you have way better ideas. Probably that one. Good luck. Okay, challenge time. You're going to be actually making the logo that you sketched. And you might not have time to make all of it, and that's fine. Just pick the shapes that you can do. So here's my logo idea. I'm going to do the Fridays for Future, and I'm going to use a rectangle with curvy edges, and I'm going to do 3 Fs in the middle. And I haven't quite decided what colors I'm going to use, but we'll see. Okay, so you have a starter project here that is just going to give you a bunch of different shapes and some text to get you started. So go ahead and click on Logo Starter Project to open that up. And the first thing you need to do is check that you're signed in. I am signed in. Awesome. And then I'm going to rename my project. Oh, if it doesn't let you rename, you have to do File, Duplicate. Because I was just using the old file now. Aha, then now it is my copy. It has my name next to it. And let's rename it Fridays for Future. Okay. Excellent. Let's get this going. And mine has text and a rectangle in it. So I'm going to delete anything that I don't need. Let's see. I don't need the triangle or the quadrilateral or the circle or the arc. Deleted. And let's see, text. That's cool. Okay, this is a start. So first of all, I'm going to put an F there. Okay, I can change that. And I'll put it in the middle later, because right now what I want to do is make this rectangle kind of bigger and also curvier. So I remember from the reference that I can find everything I need to know about rectangles right here. And maybe I just want to start with this one. So I'll just copy this into my code. Instead of this line here, instead of line 6, where it's like a cornery rectangle, I'm going to put this rectangle from the reference in instead. Okay, so now it's cool. It's blue, it's curvy. I want it to be over in space, like in the middle. What if I do 200? Oh, that's too far. What if I do like 100? Okay, I like that. What if I started at 100, 100? And then I'm going to make it bigger, like maybe 200, 200, because it's going to be a square. Oh, that looks good. Oh, I like that. I might make the corners a little less curvy, so maybe like 15. Oh, that's very cool. Okay, and I kind of see an outline around it, which I don't like. So let's turn off the stroke. No stroke. That's better. Okay, and then I kind of want to use like a light green color to, remind people of, environmentalism and stuff. So let's, instead of fill blue, let's do fill light green. That's looking pretty cool. It doesn't have enough contrast to the background, so maybe we'll make the background black. Oh, okay, that looks cool. Now I need to move my F so it's in the middle. And let's see, it was down here, but I can't see it now. So let's just try putting it at 200, 200, because I know that's the middle of the... Ooh, I like that. Okay. And I'm going to have to make it bigger. So the text size is going to be like 100. Oh, that's getting there. Okay, I wonder what kind of fonts I can use. Let's take a look at the reference and see if I can do fonts. Font. No, that doesn't really help me. Text font? Ooh, here we go. Oh, Georgia, Helvetica. Excellent. Okay, I wonder if there's a list of all the fonts I can use. Ah, a web-safe font. Let's see what that is. Ooh, okay. Arial, Courier, Newt, Georgia, Times New Roman, Trebuchet, and Verdana. Let's try making it Georgia and see what happens. So it said I could do text font Georgia. I know that's going to happen before I draw my text. Oh, that's lovely. Okay. So that's a start. That's what I'm starting with. I think I probably want 3 different Fs, and maybe I want to make them all different colors. But that's what I have so far. And so when I present, that's what I'll present. And I'll talk about the shapes I used and the colors I used and the text and how I used the reference. So now it's your turn. Go redesign your logos. Do the best you can in the time you have, and good luck.